Welcome back to Forrest Physical Media. I'm Vanessa and he's Charles. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Keep hitting that bell notification so you know every single time that we post a video. And we actually have a movie review for you guys, and it's actually a Warner Brothers title. And this came out when it was their 100th anniversary celebrating, and we did not purchase this right away because it was super duper expensive. And it is starring John Wayne, Dean Martin, and Ricky Nelson. And it is a Howard Hawks production of Rio Bravo. I mean, as you can tell, this does not come up with a slip at all.
Different color.
There is a different colored disc, which is very surprising for Warner Brothers. Well, I guess because it's the 100th anniversary, so the discs are goldish. So this movie is obviously a Western, and John Wayne is actually the sheriff of the town, and Dean Martin is pretty much the local drunk. And in the beginning of the movie, obviously Dean Martin's character wants a drink. There's this guy, I believe his name is Joe, who offered him a coin to drink, but he threw it in the spit bucket. Of course, he goes to reach down to get it. John Wayne kind of trying to help him out a little bit, but he gets mad and he hits him over the head. So John Wayne gets knocked out, and then somebody else comes, and this Joe guy ends up murdering somebody, plain as day, and he's now in jail. And of course his brother is like this big powerhouse type person, so they're trying everything possible to keep the town safe and keep this guy in jail so the marshals come and get him.
That's it.
Yeah, that's pretty much what this movie is about. And obviously the brother, hires a bunch of guns, goons, I should say, and he offers him, 50...
Bandits, more or less.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, Stumpy.
Yes. But he's in the jail. He's a deputy, and he's pretty much keeping an eye on everything, but he's definitely the humor of the movie.
I would say so.
Yeah.
We have one special feature, and I'll let her read that.
So, special feature, commentary by John Carpenter and Richard Schnickel.
So, very bare bones.
Yes.
It's about a 2.5 hour runtime. It's long, you can't feel the burn. Not as good as The Searchers, not by any means. If you want to see a John Wayne film for your first time, for me it would be The Searchers. I've seen other John Wayne films, but The Searchers really stands out.
Yes.
So
this is actually his first time watch
for Rio Bravo.
For Rio Bravo. I've actually seen it before.
I prefer The Searchers over that one.
Especially the transfer.
Yeah. The transfer on this was not that good.
It was iffy.
Yeah.
I guess the color timing is what you would call it, would go in and out, and a lot of the characters looked like very, very tan, like
especially,
orangey tan.
John Wayne.
Yeah, and then he would come back to normal, and it was like a constant of color changing throughout the movie, and it's not just against the people, it was against even the background.
There's a little blur also. Not as bad as the color time and everything being oversaturated, and
yeah, that's mainly what you saw was the color timing.
The tan was that was getting annoying because it was constantly mainly on John Wayne.
Yeah,
because John Wayne's he wasn't that tan.
No.
So, but
well, and it wasn't like a subtle tan either. It was like an orangey tone tan too.
Yeah. So it was not on the level of The Searchers. That was a perfect transfer from beginning to end. Of course, Warner Archive did that one. I think Warner Brothers could have did a better job on doing this, especially being a John Wayne film. There's a lot of John Wayne fans, just like Clint Eastwood fans, you expect something when you release this, especially during the 100th anniversary. It should have been, the transfers could have been a lot better.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. The movie itself, without the transfer, is actually a really good movie.
It's not as much in it as what The Searchers was.
No, The
But-
Searchers, everything was like pristine, very to the point. This just, it got very annoying watching the movie when it's a constant. It was like doop 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 doop.
That's my only downfall with this movie. But Stumpy was the entertainment of the movie.
He was.
I have to say he was my favorite character from the movie.
Yeah.
Other than John Wayne, but John Wayne, he had his little sarcastic moments that I rather enjoy.
He did.
That's what I like. That's what I like about him. And overall, he is such a great actor.
Yes.
I mean,
He's definitely
him and
missed.
Stumpy were like the two.
Yeah.
The other two, Dean Martin was the drunk, which I've never even heard of him. Apparently, he was a popular singer, which I've never even heard of him. So
He would know him if like a Christmas song came on and I said, "Oh, that's Steve Martin." He would probably know,
Right.
but for the most part, he doesn't really pay attention to that.
But-
And the other guy, actually, I think this is the only movie I've actually seen him in, to be honest.
I mean, for a film like this, you watch it for John Wayne, obviously.
Yeah.
That's who you know. But
Yeah, absolutely.
he did a good job being a sheriff. Still had the country western type feel.
Yeah.
Had a little bit of goofy singing in it, but that went pretty quick.
Yeah.
It was better singing when Stumpy was adding to it because
Yep.
of his sense of humor.
Yep.
But as far as the movie itself, I would give it probably a 4 out of 5 for just the entertainment value of the movie. The entertainment for me was John Wayne and Stumpy.
Yep.
The other two characters I could really care less about because, I mean, he was just like the town drunk, and he was just causing chaos throughout the movie. I got sick of seeing that.
Right, and
The other boy was just curious
right.
and putting his input here and there, and then he'd want to be a deputy. Then he's like, "Oh no, I just want to give you some information." And
Right.
he didn't really know his ass from a hole in the ground to the
No.
end.
Well, he was still like a kid too
Yeah.
in that.
I do like the women that's in these movies, or the woman that was in here that pretty much playing hard to get with John Wayne, and of course John Wayne was being sarcastic with her, and then she'd be skipping around here and there, and he just ignored it
Yeah.
and kept doing his sheriff business. But entertainment definitely a 4 out of 5. Transfer, I would give it a 2 out of 5, just because it was consistent throughout the movie with the color timing and the oversaturated.
If it was only like, here in like one section and the rest was good, it would
It
definitely
was the
be.
whole movie.
But like you said, it was the whole movie. It was very annoying.
And as far as special features, I give it a 1.
I am happy that at least there is a special feature.
Yeah,
It's
just
still a
number.
bare bones
Yeah.
release, but at least there's actually something in there.
Overall, just for the movie being good, I would give it a 3 out of 5 because the other two kind of knock it down.
Yep.
Because the transfer was not that great. It could have been done a lot better. I don't know what Warner Brothers was thinking releasing that. Especially, they could have got some like vintage special features
Right.
that they could have added to this, but they just kind of threw it together real quick. Well, here's the John Wayne film. Everybody wants it on 4K, and then you get it, and it doesn't look that good.
No, and especially when, like I said earlier, when this first came out, this was actually one of the most expensive ones that they had come out. Like, it took us a while to actually purchase this one.
Would I recommend to pick this up? I would, but at a cheaper price.
Yes, so definitely keep your eye on it. I mean, I will link the Amazon link down below if
Yeah.
you want it now.
Don't let the transfer deter you away from the movie. The movie itself is good, especially if you're a John Wayne fan. The transfer just kind of rubs you the wrong way. If you can overlook that, then I would go that route. But if not, I mean, it's totally up to you guys. We're not going to tell you
Right.
to get it, but we will link down below. 3 out of 5 for me. You?
I agree with you, though, to do the whole thing. I mean, I will link the 4K, and I know there was a Blu-ray at some point, if it is still available, I'll also link that just in case if you don't want to get the 4K or you don't have the 4K capability, because this is literally only a 4K in this.
Yeah. That's our review on Rio Bravo. Not the greatest review, but you have to be honest.
Yep.
We don't like to sugarcoat on this channel. That is it. Like, comment, subscribe. Let us know your feelings on this movie if you guys seen it. If you're a John Wayne fan in general.
Yep.
See you on the next one.
Bye.